You could drive by Kentucky today. Questions for Carson?
Carson, you were feeling early, 7 strikeouts, only 3 innings of work. Would you like to go on a little longer?
Going into the game, that was kind of the job that we had discussed, for me to come out and open it up, and then, just pass the baton along and kind of let it be a bullpen game.
Carson, just thoughts on the disappointing early exit from this tournament and how you guys regroup?
There's always room for improvement. Kentucky just out-offensed us today. Same with on the mound, they only gave up 1 run, and it was that Sonny home run. So there's not a ton of offense by either team, but at the same time, there's still room for improvement for everybody.
Carson, you mentioned the pitching plans. It worked out pretty good there until the last inning. You felt like you guys did what you needed to do today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody executed pretty well today. Trace came in after me, and I think he gave up 1. And then Swilling came in and did his job, and same with also at the end.
Carson, just what are the next few days like now in terms of waiting a little longer than you guys might have wanted to before you sort of see what the regional will shake out to be? What are you sort of focusing on these next few days?
Get back to our process. Just getting back in the weights, throwing bullpens, doing what we need to do to get ready and get prepared for next weekend.
Any more questions for Carson? I think we got them all. Carson can step down. Thank you, sir. Questions for Coach Thompson now.
Butch, you talked about the approach kind of coming off of last weekend, kind of carried over today. Harney was kind of that guy again today, wasn't he?
Yeah, I can't give any more credit to the other side than Harney and Guilfoyle from the weekend and then again from today. And that was a pretty gutsy performance by Harney. And I think we had runners at first and second 2 times, and was not able to get the guy moved up to third base. I think that was huge. Sonny absolutely had a big hit in the moment there, but we can't subtract that. But that was, if we had not have executed that, that would have been even more disappointing. But the fastball, we just cannot get there. On the fastball's in, we're popping it up center field, right side of the field by right-handed hitters, and you'll have to be sharper than that, get your bat in position. But I don't want to take anything away from Harney and Guilfoyle's performance during this little 4-game stretch that we played in.
Butch, for Blake, what do you think was the difference for him from those, he comes in, gets out of the jam in the 7th, gets through the 8th. What do you think was the difference there in the 9th coming out?
I don't know, they saw him 2 innings, maybe just seen him enough. They both looked like porous pitches, where it was a changeup up with a noon and a fastball to Fogler. I think a news swing, once he hit that, I don't think it was the right pitch, although I think it was a negative pitch to Fogler. We had much more success with the breaking ball at Kentucky. Hit the 1 home run against Alsop with 2 strikes on the fastball in Lexington. So I was kind of surprised to see us make that pitch. Not that you can't throw what you are convicted on, but I just think from the pattern of recent play, the news didn't surprise me so much. Changeup's probably the right pitch to him and Plastiak from just playing them, and Fogler was probably not. But I just don't think either was executed. It's not always what you throw, it's where you throw it. Both those pitches, to me, from looking at the video board, looked like they were up out over the plate in both instances there.
Coach, I talked to you last year on the podcast, the Mitch Davis Show, and we talked about the depth of the SEC. Just talk about this conference. Obviously, it looks like now it could be 11, 12 teams getting the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it's really good. And it didn't take much to get off. It didn't take one little arm not there, and we've lost a lot in this league. And for it to still be as competitive as it is and as special as it is a credit. You still got a Kentucky, Alabama that's fighting for their lives this week, and you can see it in their play. That's East Steps You know, it's a top 10 rounder at third base, and Ritter's a top 10 rounder, had 2 more hits today. Those are special players, and I think Guilfoyle was the first team, you know, all SEC player on the team that's fighting for every inch. So we were in that case last year. We were in a better place 3 years prior to that, but you know, that's how fine of a line it is in our league. We're the #1 team earlier this year, is fighting to get in and deserves to be there, I do believe. And you got a defending national champion that didn't make this tournament. So I can't, you can just keep going down the list of bullet points of just, you know, explaining, you know, how special this league is from a coach's standpoint, from a fan involvement, and absolutely from a roster standpoint, top to bottom. I think Major League Baseball opened this year with 93 former SEC baseball players on open day Major League rosters. I think the next Power 5 conference coming in second at like 68. And I think that just continues to prove the quality of players that are in this league.
Yes, Butch, how do you feel about your chances to host the NCAA regional for the first time since 2010?
I have no idea. I know we're in a regional. I absolutely think we have done enough. I don't know if I'm here to make a case. I think outside of Tennessee and Texas A&M, the last 30 ball games, we're third in that department. We have tied for the third most wins in the SEC. Now that'll probably change here in the next few days. So we've maintained a top 10 RPI nationally out of 301 schools for a prolonged period of time. 3 games over 500. We've played good baseball. So absolutely, that would be my wish and desire. And while you get up and you coach hard every day and you bring these players along, it'll be out of our hands. And that's what I told the players. And that's why Burkhalter comes in the 7th. There's no tomorrow. So we laid every chip out on the table to give us a chance to win. And I thought our coaches absolutely continued to put our guys in the right spot. You know, tied it, didn't do enough to finish it. So, but that has not been the offense that we've played. I think we were 2-2 last week, but that's a 1-run deal. We had a couple home runs late to get to 3 runs, and then back in a 1-run deal. So it's kind of a glaring of where we're putting our bat in positions against, again, really good arms that are throwing well.
But you know you're in, but how do you balance that with trying to stay sharp, knowing that you got a week, 9 days or so until you would play again?
Yeah, I think there's a little break, an exhale, and then I think there's back to finding a little bit of rhythm with everything. I think there's a push. I think you push the team one more time. I think you have to be mindful of setting the arms over the weekend. I think we'll be prepped and ready, and then start tapering once you figure out what the call will be after Sunday or Monday. So I think we'll probably give them a little bit of a break. We'll get back to Auburn tonight. Maybe take a day, get back in that weight room. We got some starters. I can start thinking about immediately going to what's next, and that would be a Barnett, a Gonzalez, the guys that did not compete. They've got to have their turn to pitch before we line them back up. But I think we'll give them a little break, and I think we'll come out pretty hard, pretty full speed. Try to get everybody shortened back up and head connected with their barrel. Keep playing this good defense because that'll be required. But all 3 phases will be required. You're going to get down to the 64 best teams in the country. And there's no doubt that this team can play well. The other positive thing is I'll tell them there's only 4 teams standing in their way of competing in Omaha once again. You'll have 3 other teams in the regionals. You got to figure out how to navigate through, and then 1. And being at the last pitch in 17 and winning 1 in 18 and 19 back-to-back super regionals. I hope that's where they think our program is supposed to figure out a few of these teams. But I respect them, and I appreciate them that we get to go out and compete in 4 teams standing our way of landing in that final 8 in Omaha once again.
Y'all have been so effective at coming back this season. I know it didn't quite work out in the 9th. What you see in those at-bats, but then does it sort of help to go into a regional knowing that that's still what you guys are capable of, even if it was maybe a bit of a sour ending in this tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we count about 20 of those now. And some of those is we probably need a faster start, right? So we probably need to get ahead and stay ahead in contests. But there's a good resilience in our bunch, and I thought they were ready to play today, to be honest with you. So, but when you wind up with just a few at-bats and you're not getting anything done, we needed that one big hit, and it really didn't happen until the 8th inning. Sometimes it looks like you're not focused when you're just not having good at-bats, but I think they are, and I think the defense, and I think that the pitchers competing showed that. We got to get back to some sharp, clean offense, and we look forward to it. It's good to have something to work toward the next few days.
Thanks, Coach. We're done now.